Hello everybody, Richard here again. I hope you're doing okay. Back into the story. Outside those city walls, the storyteller is already there, leaning against the wall in the cool of the early morning. And he wakes up. Sorry, I was up all night. Must have dropped off a little bit. Anyway, sit down. Where were we? Ah, yes, the desert. The great white desert and a band of brigands. A camel train. And on one of those camels, the ash boy. A simpleton. And they're heading towards the city of wonders. As they get nearer, they see it. Guards on the battlements. The city gates wide open. And inside, thronging with life, merchants, scholars, parrots fluttering, monkeys running up the rooftops. They come to an inn and go into a courtyard. A quick conversation with the owner, and they're led to a room while their camels are tethered. They take their sacks, they dump them down, and now they sit in a circle. Come here, Ash Boy, and sit with us. And he sits with those 12 brigands who gaze at him, their beards, the scars on their faces, their desperate eyes. And the brigand chief takes a sack and he says, Ash Boy, once every 12 years, the emperor himself comes to this city and he takes tribute. If he likes what you give him, he asks you what you want in return. They won't let us in, though, when they see us, but they'll let you in, lad. So take these. And he tips the sack. Thump, 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 thump. 12 apples roll out. There they are. Give him these. But you've got to wait. You'll wait, won't you, lad? Yes, I'll wait. Good. Take them. Follow the crowd. Oh, and if the emperor asks what you want, tell him that he must meet you and your friends alone at midnight here. So the ash boy takes the sack, he puts the apples back in, he goes out of the inn and he follows the crowds, and they are heading up the hill towards the great golden palace. Merchants with bales of cloth, people with bowls of spices, people with scrolls, people with statues. And he squeezes inside the great room with its beams in the ceiling, its carvings, and at the end of the room there's a dais and a gold chair and a line of guards. And the ash boy makes his way to the front and puts the apples in a circle onto the sack. And he waits. He waits as the room, that great room, fills up with people. There's such a hubbub. One or two monkeys stroll in and climb up into the roof beams and gaze down. And the ash boy waits. Yes, The hours go by. Becomes quite hot in there, but the Ash Boy's used to heat. Then the door at the back of the room opens and a figure steps out. This figure is covered from head to foot in a cloak with a hood pulled down low over his face. And out of the depths of that hood there stares one single yellow eye. Silence falls, and the Emperor moves towards the throne and sits down and gazes around. He must see everything from there. He must see the scientists with their bronze measuring instruments offered to him. He must see the piles of scrolls that the scholars have brought, opening them so that he can read them. He must see the piles of spices. He must see the statues, the works of art, the beautiful carpets. He must see them all. He must see the 12 green apples that the Ash Boy has brought. And there's probably something else that sees everything. It's the monkeys up in the roof beams, gazing down. Because suddenly, one of the monkeys, with a leap, another leap, and a scuttle across the floor, comes to the Ash Boy and stares at him, and stares at the apples, and takes one of the apples, and bites it. And out of that apple there falls a great diamond. Chink. And the yellow eye from inside the depths of the cloak gazes at that diamond. And then the monkey takes the next apple. And from the next apple, chink. And out from the cloak there comes a voice that says, cut open the other apples. One of the guards steps forward, takes his knife, picks up each apple in turn, cut, slice, 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 and holds each of them up to the Emperor, because each one is gleaming and glistening with a diamond within the size of an egg. And the yellow eye gazes, and then the voice echoes again. Bring him up to me. The guards usher the Ash Boy up the steps onto the dais and lead him until he stands close to that cowled figure who gazes at him and says, tell me, how long would you have waited for one of those monkeys to bite into one of those apples? The Ash Boy says, I'd have waited forever. Really? You'd have waited forever, would you? Yes, says the Ash Boy, I'd have come back another 12 years, probably. 12 years after that. Would you? Would you? Would you? Tell me, what is it that you want? The Ash Boy said, I've got some friends. I want you to meet me with them. alone, tonight. Come nearer. And the ash boy came nearer and said, the inn, midnight. And he was aware of something gazing at him. And the voice said, very well, very well. Yes, said the storyteller. That's good, because if he said no, there would be no story, after all. However, if you want to know what happened when all those 14 people met, I'll tell you tomorrow. And he jumped up. Now I've got to sleep. See you tomorrow. And if you meet me tomorrow, I'll tell you what happened when the emperor met the brigands at midnight in the inn. Till then, goodbye.